Good evening to everyone here on Twitch, and welcome to everyone watching over on YouTube. Welcome to the Ottawa Senators Franchise Mode, Episode 7, here in the 2023 postseason. In the last one, we simulated through season number 3. The Senators went 55-26-1. It was an insane regular season. Aside from the good simulation from Ovechkin, we had first line that really came through. Great veteran presence from the 34-year-old Logan Couture. Mantha came through. Hamilton had a great year. Jake DeBrusk, 57 points. We had some depth scoring difficulties on the third line. But really, it was Gus the Bus that made it happen, going 45-19-0. 10 shutouts for him. 910 save percentage, 2.4 goals against average, and he was backed up by James Reimer, who wasn't too bad himself, 10-7-1 with one shutout of his own. Gus the Magic School Bus, Gus the Bus, the Magic School Bus, Magic School Gus, whatever you want to call him. That was the thumbnail in the last one. C. Siggy leaving a comment, these Ottawa thumbnails just keep getting better and better. Keep up the good work, Data. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. I put a lot of work into that thumbnail. I really enjoyed it very much. Yeah, Reimer did very well. Boomba, welcome aboard. So we had a good season. The third line was a bit questionable. The penalty kill was a bit questionable. But aside from that, we are heading into the playoffs with guns blazing and looking to win back-to-back Stanley Cups in only year number 3. First line, second line, +5s. We love it. Third line, Formenton, Brown, and Denisenko did not play exceptionally well. So Stamkos is only out for one game for the Lightning. So that was what I wasn't really impressed with. The good news is we have great depth on this team. We have Foligno and Marleau, 2 Stanley Cup champions who are here if need be. We have David Savard at an 80 overall, who's ready to fill in on defense. And then on the fourth line, I know it's not ideal, and we're going to have to make changes going forward, but Colin White is on the fourth line. He's on PK number 1. And he is a good depth for us. The fourth line was fairly solid. Gambrel had a 30-point season. So the fourth line was not the issue for us. Power play is going very well, 5-1. The penalty kill now what was struggling. And he's here in the chat, and he left a comment in the last one, just chillin', said the only concern with this team right now is the penalty kill and the defensive game. I know the team is stacked in general, but the PK isn't as ideal, so try and fix it up if you can. So it's already pretty much set with what we could do. There's not much else we can do. We already have all our two-way forwards and defensive defensemen in the lineup. Maybe we could distribute the wealth a little bit and swap Batherson and White, which I think I will try doing for the playoffs. Let's start off like that. Batherson, he's not ideal, but he does have A6 stick checking, and he has the two-way forward player type, which gives the penalty kill the +3. So, I mean, maybe just doing that little swap would be helpful. You like it, Slim? Well, I agree that the penalty kill could use a little bit of a fix, so I'm going to try this. We'll be watching the games closely. Too many power play goals, we'll fix it up right away. So that's just a note that we want to make there. 3-man PK. I don't think I'll gamble. I'll put Logan Couture, even if it gives it a -1. A -2, yikes. Because Dougie Hamilton's an offensive defenseman. We'll do it like that. There we go. Yeah, we'll give it our best. And that's pretty much it. We're ready to hop into the playoffs. Philip Gustafsson, he won us our Stanley Cup last year. In the playoffs, he was a beast, going 12-5-0 with 3 shutouts. 1 in every 4 wins was a shutout. 926 save percentage, 2.28 goals against average. Tim Stützle was the Conn Smythe winner last season in the playoffs, as he scored 25 points in 23 games. Alex Ovechkin was injured, which hurt us, but we still pulled through, and he scored 17 and 15, so he's our captain now. We need him to show up, and we have pretty much everyone here, except for Denisenko, Brown, and Formenton, and then on defense, Sanderson and Hewitt were in the lineup last season, so it hasn't changed much from the Stanley Cup winning team last year, and of course, James Reimer now backing up. So we do have a lot of youth, we have a lot of the same characters, and we're ready to hop right into it. As always, on YouTube, when you're watching this back, this video could be an hour and a half long, who knows. We could get swept in round number 1, and I just do the black screen if you're new to the playoff videos, so I do that to keep the video from being spoiled. But here on Twitch, the stream could be over in 20 minutes, who knows. Round number 1 is up against the Tampa Bay Lightning, who went 42-30-10 in the regular season. Let's see their lines. Tampa Bay Lightning. So Stamkos is already back in for game number 1. Playable injury. Yeah, they have no other injuries. So Stamkos, Killorn, Kucherov, first line. Gourde, Point, Cirelli, second. Grimaldi, Johnson, Radish on the third. And then Nick Paul, former Ottawa Senator, with Casey Cizikas and Boris Kachuk. Defense, Hedman, Sergachev, Foote, McDonough, Hayek, and Honka. Goaltending, it's Vasilevsky backed up by Braden Holtby. Scratches are Alexiak, Hunt, and Van Reems, the TVR. So that's a very strong and scary Tampa Bay team, I have to say. For having the record that we did, you'd think that we get to play a better team, a worse team maybe. Hockey gods are against us for sure. For that, last year we pulled through. Well, speaking of Ovechkin, there was also another comment I forgot to mention from Andrew. So he says, we were thinking about getting Malkin at the trade deadline. He said, I'm so glad you didn't trade for Malkin. I always lose interest when streamers trade for Ovi, Malkin, Crosby, etc. because they are all sim kings. Takes the fun out of the stream. It's the reason why I've stuck with you and not the others. This team has proven they can win. Let them roll. So I do 1000% agree with that. Ovechkin only came to our team when it made sense for the story, and then no one was signing him in free agency. But I hate when people just go out right away day one and trade for Ovi, Crosby, Malkin, Sagan, Patrick Kane, just getting players that simulate well. And oh yeah, I won the Stanley Cup. So I've when it works for the story, it works for the story. But I appreciate the I don't know what the word, the self-control maybe that we had in the last episode to not trade for Malkin, who was a good player on a good team. It didn't make sense to trade for him. So anyways, we're at Canadian Tire Center in Ottawa. We had a crazy regular season. We have a strong team right now, and we're going into round number 1 as defending Stanley Cup champions, and we are ready to make it happen once again. This team is strong. The fans are behind us. The management is behind us. Let's do it for them again. First period of Game 1, Round 1, and it starts off 1-2-1. So Ryan Graves opens up the scoring for us less than 5 minutes into the game, and the defensive defenseman got us up early, but then Taylor Radish comes back to tie it 1-1. Second period now, 2-1 Tampa. It's Steven Stamkos with that playable injury on the power play. Hey, legend, welcome in. And we're heading into the third, down by 1. Shots 22-17. That power play goal is not ideal. Power play again for the... Yeah, wow. 2 power play goals now for Tampa. And both coming from Steven Stamkos. Power play for us, though, and Alex Ovechkin gets us back in this game. Within 1, and then Ovi, the captain, ties it up a minute later. This game's tied at 3. Just like that. That is exactly what we needed from the captain. That's a huge, 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 huge statement for us. 3 minutes to go. Can we come back late? No, we're headed to overtime in Game 1. Shots are 33-27 in our favor, but this game is tied at 3. There's Ovi. We're 94, 95, 84 in our ratings, and Tampa 92, 91, 90, I believe that was. So we'll go with 10-minute periods on Superstar, watching on True Broadcast, all that good stuff. Not a fan of True Broadcast, really, but you all seem to be fans of it. So I hope that we can enjoy. Ovi in beast mode, most certainly. That's crazy, Joshua. Love that story. Great story. I hope we have a nice comeback story like that here tonight. From down 3-1 to tied 3-3 at Canadian Tire Arena, or Canadian Tire Center in Ottawa. Stützle and Stamkos at the draw. Stamkos wins it to Hedman. Sergachev. Stamkos, he wants that hat-trick, but so does Ovi. Early opportunity for Killorn, and Gustafsson will get that. Give it out to Shabbat. Shabbat up to Brady Tkachuk now. Brady, Stamkos gets it back from him, skates back into his own end, gives it to Sergachev. Kucherov in the neutral zone, back over to Hedman, up to Stamkos now, trying to make a presence in the offensive zone. He is board pinned. Hedman tries to pick it up, but Brandstrom's fighting hard. In front, scores. Alex Killorn on the doorstep, and Tampa wins it in overtime. Oh man, that hurts. Oh, that hurts early. Alex Killorn. Let's get a replay on that one. Hedman's fighting in deep. Brandstrom lets him go. And then where's Shabbat? Where is Shabbat? That was tough. Just brutal letting that shot get taken. Yikes. That's a big, big, big yikes. And go down early in this series. Shots were 33-29 in the end, but Tampa takes it 4-3. Those 2 power play goals were killers. I wish I could see who scored those, who took those penalties. I went too quickly. That's not magic from the Gus Bus. So I think we do need to change up the penalty kill a little bit. It's an extremely short leash, and I think I'm going to take Batherson off of it entirely, even if it doesn't help the pluses. Yeah, it literally turned the opposite way. Thanks a lot. White back to the first pair. Could I put Stützle here? What are his face-offs, Stützle? 80 face-offs, 88 awareness, 70 stick checking. It wouldn't be crazy to put Stützle here. It makes it a +1. And then if I take off Batherson, who's the best defensive forward on this team, aside from the ones we already have playing on the penalty kill? Brady Tkachuk, probably. Let me see. Not great. Actually, what's his shot blocking? 84 shot blocking. That's not crazy. What's Mantha? Mantha, where is Mantha even? Two-way, that's pretty far down. No. So yeah, let's try Brady Tkachuk. I don't usually like putting him on the penalty kill because he could take more penalties, which is not great because he doesn't have good discipline. So let's try this. We lose the pluses on that unit, but I'd rather have 87, 89 than 82, 82 with a +3. So we'll keep the +3 on that first unit. They're playing like 89, 88, 93, and 86. So hopefully the second unit can do a little bit of damage when we're trying to kill those penalties. Tough loss to take it home, but we're heading into Game 2 looking to make this a best of 5. We want to tie this up, head back to Tampa Bay. We can't drop both games at home. So here we go. First period time, 2-1 Tampa early. Kucherov scores, Gambrel comes right back to tie it up, but then Killorn restores that lead. 2 goals on 8 shots. Yikes. 14-8 are the shots, and we're down 2-1 at the moment. There's a rivalry between Killorn and the Senators for sure, and we're seeing it right now. Second period action, yes, Brady Tkachuk ties this game up. Shots are 27-19, but we're still only tied at 2. We got to find more ways to break through Andrei Vasilevsky. Tie game here in the third period. 5 minutes in, no one budging on either end here. 10 minutes in, and Logan Brown, that third line, and Jake DeBrusk from down 2-1, we're up 4-2. Lovely stuff. Logan Brown puts us ahead, but then here comes Kucherov. It's back to a 1-goal lead with under 5 to go. Can we hang on tight? At an empty netter, strong defense, and the Senators take it 4-3. Jake DeBrusk with the game-winning goal. Mark, welcome to the stream, and thank you for the host. Kucherov tried to bring it back late. 3 goals on 30 shots on Gustafsson. 4 on 36 on Vasilevsky. We made it through. Whew, Kuchi, 2 goals, 1 assist. Stammer had 3 assists, but Logan Brown with 1 goal. I don't know how he gets the first star of the game. GM or coach should be Saku Koivu. I'm in. I'm down for that. DeBrusk, the playoff king. Yeah, for real. He did extremely well last season in the playoffs. Let me see these numbers. AHL season is over. We went 54, 15, and 7 in the AHL. What a year for the Belleville Senators. Vitaly Abramov's going to want a spot on this team with 30 goals. Heponiemi definitely wants a spot on this team next season. I could see him being the 4th-line center. Taro Hiroshi did well. Josh Norris, of course, unfortunately, he was buried down there. Senyshyn scored 23 goals. Jeremy Roy at an 80 overall. He wants to make the team for sure. Lots of players pushing for the NHL. Artem Zub is a +35. Love to see it. Sogard had both goalies had really good numbers with 11 shutouts between the 2 goalies. Love it. Nice stuff down in the for the Belleville Senators. Good, good, good. Now, I was thinking about making changes to the third line, but a nice goal from Logan Brown might be changing my mind. Jake DeBrusk, by the way, his numbers last season, he was almost a point per game in the playoffs. He was, 19 and 23, so he was great. I'm really tempted to make some changes here. Denisenko, 2 games, he's a +2. Brown with a goal. Formenton with 1 assist. Batherson assist and a -1. I'm really tempted to bring in Patrick Marleau, and I think I'm going to do it right. I know we're not in big trouble. Even Nick Foligno wants to make the lineup for sure. But Batherson not impressing me. Patrick Marleau, last year in the playoffs at the age of 42, had 4 goals. Was it 4 points? No. Playoffs. There we go. He had 11 points in 17 games. He was a huge difference for us. So it's not a necessity for us right now to bring him into the lineup, but I want to put him on that third line. I want to see some Marleau magic. And Game 7 hero Nick Foligno maybe making an appearance as well. It's, I'd rather make some slight tweaks when we're winning by a couple of goals instead of making a tweak only when we're down and about to be eliminated, right? Alrighty. Game number 3. This series is tied at 1, and now we're in Tampa Bay. Our first shot of the night goes past Gustafsson on the power play. First period, 2-0 Tampa. Braden Point and then Yanni Gourde. 2 goals on 8 shots past Gustafsson. Second period, 3-0. Tyler Johnson. Yikes. Man, 23 shots on Vasilevsky and nothing getting past him. Meanwhile, 3 goals on 13 shots against Philip Gustafsson, which is not like him at all. Really weird. We need a big wake-up call here in the third period, boys. Let's go. Ovi, I really need you to put the team on your back right now. I know it's not fair for you to always have to carry this team through, but I need you. Power play goal, Victor Hedman. How? Kachuk 5-0. Man, that's scary. 5-1. Denisenko scores. At least there's that. 5-1. And we'll just call it there. 5-1 the final. 5 goals on 27 shots for Tampa. Only 1 on 36. Vasilevsky was the difference maker. Boy, a goal and 2 assists for Hedman. Goal and assist for Yanni Gourde. All right. We're down 2-1 in this series. Ryan Graves, sore shoulder. Come on, Bello. Sore shoulder. So that means that I'll put probably Hewitt. Yeah, Hewitt gets a +3. So Hewitt can go to the second pair. And then David Savard, Stanley Cup champion David Savard, is coming to the third pair there with Jake Sanderson. All right, the Gus Bus that loves to crash into the Senators. Maybe that's what's happening. Plus minus is how we're looking. Zeros on that top line. -1, 2, 2. What do you mean stack the lines, Slim? There's the only difference would be Colin White going to the second line for DeBrusk, which gets it a +1 instead of a +5. There's no reason to do that. DeBrusk is playing fine. Marlowe, Brown, the third line are all pluses. Colin White's a -2 actually, so that hasn't been great. Nick Foligno coming in here may be something that I want to do instead. Patrick Marleau, how'd he look? He had an assist. Look at that, 1 game, 1 assist for Patty Marleau. So props to him. But man, yeah, definitely really tempted to bring in Nick Foligno. But Formenton's been okay. Formenton's been all right. Putting Foligno, would all two-way forwards give it a +1 though? No, keep it at 0. Keep it at 0. Slim, stop saying choke. There's no choke. He's playing 17 minutes a night. He scored the game-winning goal when it was needed. The line's not playing very well. Stop calling him a choker. There's no choking that's happening here. Artem Zub, he's doing his big thing down in Belleville. They need him down there. 1 game, 1 assist, bang. So Zub is more of a. I'm gonna give David Savard the chance first, but there's no reason for me to call him up yet when I have David Savard in the lineup. And yeah, I'll keep the rest of the lines like that, I suppose. But I'm tempted to do more. Who can I really blame that last one? Maybe the first pair, -4. Oh yeah, -4 from Shabbat. Can I get a +3 with Dougie Hamilton? Yeah. Let's do +3 on the top defensive pair of Shabbat and Hamilton. Brandstrom can play with Hewitt. And then Sanderson and Savard. Did Caulfield score? Let's go. Cole, baby. That's what we need. Gustafsson is not playing well at all. I'm extremely tempted to call in James Reimer, who I guess got put in relief, did he? No, he didn't. He was with Tampa Bay previously. So I'm really tempted to put James Reimer in nets, but I'm not totally sure about that yet. We lost 5-1. Gus could use a little recoup maybe. What do we think here? Are we thinking Gus? Keep Gus, or do we try Reimer between the pipes here? Boomba thinks Reimer should get a chance. I'm going to pull up the Canadiens game while you discuss that. Slim says Reimer. It's a tough call, because Gus is our guy, but he's struggling a little bit. Do we let him try to change the... Yeah, let's fire our coach, who just got us 55 wins in the regular season, who's giving us +5s in our top 6. So come on, Slim, give me more. Narf says Gus is the man. He deserves it. Savard being here makes it a +1 only. So put Hewitt for the +3. I'll try that. Okay, that's a slight change on the penalty kill. I'm going to keep Gus in nets for this game. He has played so insanely well that I'm going to give him game 4 here. So, man, I'm going to put Reimer in if we're really needing to roll with him for the rest of the series. But Gus has been so good that I want to give him the chance to really prove himself and not lose the crease here. So let's do it. Game 4, we're down 2-1 in this series. We need a win. We need a win to tie this series up at 2. Let's go. Show me who wants it. Early power play. First period, 1-0, and it's Logan Couture, Mr. Playoffs. Let's go. 1-0 Senators. Shots 11-7 through the first. See you later, Josh. Thanks for joining in. Second period, 3-1. Okay, Shabbat scores on the power play. Good. Sergachev brings the Lightning within 1, and then Alex Ovechkin with 9 seconds left in the period restores our 2-goal lead. Shots 21-12, and we're up by 2. 3-1 is the score in the third period. We need to just add to it. Just add on. Pile on. Yes, Logan Couture, second of the night. Whenever we can find the chance to break through Vasilevsky, we need to do that as much as possible. We need to exploit it. And that is 4 goals on 24 shots at the moment. Up by 3 with under 5 to go. I think that will be enough to seal it. And we're back in this series, boys and girls. We're tied at 2 with a 4-1 victory. 2 goals from the veteran Logan Couture and 3 assists from the choker himself. What was that? 3 assists from Jake DeBrusk. And hey, 24 saves from Philip Gustafsson, getting back to his former self a little bit. That's what we like to see back in this series. So next we'll be back at home, obviously, and now it's a best of 3, as this series just got a little bit more interesting here. There we go. Yeah, Gus and the choker shouldn't have played, and then those two are the difference makers. And his save percentage goes back up a little bit to .882. So Marleau, let me see Marleau again. 1 assist. He has a 0 ±. And Nick Foligno in that one game played 8.5 minutes and just kept an even ±. That's what we like to see, Nicky Foligno. It's slim. You said put in Reimer and take off DeBrusk. There's 0 credit for you. I'm sorry. All right, let's head straight into the next game here. And back at the Canadian Tire Center, it is the best of 3, and we got to take this one back on home ice to give ourselves put ourselves in the driver's seat. First period of game number 5, 0-0. Shots 10-5. We're doubling them at the moment. Second period, 1-0 Lightning. It's Tyler Johnson. Shots are 16-11 for the Senators, but the Lightning are up by 1. Who's going to tie this game up nice and early? Power play opportunity killed off by the Lightning. We're just about doubling the Lightning shots here. Power play opportunity once again extended. Please, and nothing comes from it. Oh my goodness, 5 minutes to go. Do we have a late hero to tie it up and send it to overtime? Oh, wow. 31 save shutout for Andrei Vasilevsky. 1 goal on 21 shots. And that is the difference maker. 1 from Tyler Johnson. 20 saves from Gus. Gets him second star, but not good enough. 31 saves and the shutout for Vasilevsky, who is understandably a monster out there. Josh Norris, concussion. He's out till May 24th. All right, that's all taken care of for the Belleville Bellows. 1-0 loss. That is definitely a goalie battle right there. Abramov, yeah, fully healed for Belleville. That's good. How are they doing down in Belleville? 3 games, 5 points for Heponiemi, and it's 2-1 in the series against Syracuse. All right, so just like that, we're now on the edge of elimination. Just like that. Round 1, game 6. Not sure what to say. Stützle's been killing me. Logan Couture has been a monster. So you know what? Logan Couture is one of the top line right here. He's going to play with Ovi and Kachuk. Second line can be Mantha, Stützle, and DeBrusk. Third line can stay... Marlowe's -1. Third line's never been really great. Denisenko's hurting me. Can I put Foligno on that second? No, how about I put Formenton back on the line and take Denisenko out, maybe? Formenton comes in for Denisenko. It's a 0, unfortunately. How's it going, Data English? Hey, welcome aboard, Scoopa Troopa. It's going okay. We're down 3-2 in the series. It's game 6, and we're thinking about what kind of changes we might have to make for this lineup. It's Shabbat -5 now. Dougie Hamilton killing me. Dougie, let's go, Dougie. Hewitt's a +1. Brandstrom's a -4. Hewitt and Brandstrom. So Hamilton's just not cutting it over here. Can I get a +5 Hamilton with anyone? Not. I don't think so, eh? Unless I could do Hewitt on the top pair. Ooh, I like that. Hewitt and Hamilton on the top pair, maybe. It hurts us to have an 86 in Hewitt instead of a 95 in Shabbat, but it gives us a 95 in Dougie Hamilton, and we need him to score. Oh, that's the difference. Sanderson's been playing well. Shabbat and Brandstrom have not been a good pair. So, as crazy as it is, I think, yeah, bottom pair for Brandstrom and Sanderson. I'm going to put him on the second pair, and Brandstrom can play third pair. That's what we'll do here. 5-1-1 on defense will be what I'm thinking. Power play hasn't been great either. which is disappointing as well. Stützle again struggling, so Couture's going to come to the top unit as well. Formenton to the fourth line with White. Okay, let's try it. Why not? It doesn't hurt the chemistry. It makes Slim happy. And who knows, maybe we'll get a fun story out of Colin White waking up a little bit here in what could be his last game as an Ottawa Senator. So defense has changed a little bit. The special teams are changed a little bit. Gus is between the pipes once again. He's gotten better in the last few games. James Reimer still not going to play yet, I don't think. I know we got him for veteran poise and all that, but Gus is still our guy. Game 6 at Amalie Arena. We want to push this series to 7. Ovi with the C on his chest. I need Tkachuk, I need Shabbat, I need the leadership to stand up. I need Hewitt and Hamilton to go off on that top pair. I need Logan Couture to carry me as a veteran first liner. I need Stützle to wake up on the second line. Let's go. Who is going to be, of all those storylines I just said, even Colin White in the third line, and Foligno and Marleau, the veterans with the history, who's going to be the storyline that steps up? First period, 2-1. Ovi starts it off, the captain, but then Stamkos and Foote score 2 goals in 4 minutes. And despite outshooting them once again 12-7, we are down 2-1. Let's watch it on the slow sim here. Power play early in the second period. Nothing coming from it again. Power play Tampa Bay. We kill that off as well, at least. And then Braden Point makes it 3-1 Tampa. Lightning are up by 2 here in the second period. Shots 19-14 at the moment. Can we just get 1 to be within 1 here in the third period? Nothing. Third period action. Shots are 21-16. Gus is imploding a little bit, and Vasilevsky's a brick wall. Despite us winning like 13 more games than the Lightning, somehow they're turning it on here in the playoffs. So maybe it's, despite winning the Stanley Cup, maybe it's still a battle of experience. I don't know. But it's time for the third period, and this series is not over yet. We're only down by 2. We're down by 3. 4 goals on 17 shots, Victor Hedman. We're down by 3. I think we'll hop in at the 10-minute mark. Power play, hold on, let's hop in now. We'll hop in now then. Power play with 12.5 minutes to go. People want to see some old jerseys. We'll wear 06-07 away for the Senators and 06-07 home for 06 for the Lightning. There we go. Let's get some retro jerseys in. 10-minute periods. Superstar, power play, down by 3. Let's see some magic. The chat is not registering here. That's why I just realized the chat is not registering. So, I guess the only solution I can think of is I'm going to stop the stream and restart it. Okay, we're back. Good. Okay, let's get into this now. 12:28 to go in the third period. We're down by 3. We're on the power play. Let's go. I know, don't worry about it, Slim. It's just, it's the beast of franchise mode. We're trying to figure everything out, and we all want to win, right? That's all what we're looking for. Terrible power play presence there in the zone, as that is quickly cleared out by the Lightning. Here is big Logan Brown. Brady Tkachuk now over to Timmy Stützle. Final seconds of the power play. Just get hit and let the puck go into the corner. Great, and Hedman clears it out. Terrible power play, as we are still down by 3. All right, thank you, Slim. We understand. Here's Brady Tkachuk. Windmill that gets him crushed. Stammer gets destroyed by Logan Brown. He's slow to get up, but he's healthy. Ovechkin, DeBrusk hits off a leg, and Sergachev's going to clear that out. Cizikas to Stammer. 2-on-1 with Kucherov. One-timer, big save from Philip Gustafsson. Now I think that's DeBrusk pinned on the board. Gets it up to Logan Brown. Brown to Brady Tkachuk. Olin Brown picks it back up. Brown in the corner. Tkachuk loses possession. Brown regains it. Leaves the zone. Gets hit off the puck. Then DeBrusk gets tripped. Power play coming up. Yes. Power play coming up. DeBrusk, hold on. Here's a chance for him. Delayed penalty, but then the Lightning touch it. 10:30 to go here in the third. Power play opportunity. We need to capitalize here. Stammer's going to the box. Let's go. Face-off win. Hamilton, one-timer off Ovi in his spot. And then another. That was wide, I think. But a huge one-timer save from Vasilevsky in his office. Oh, from Ovi in his office. Me and the homies hate Stammer. That's what I heard. Ovi behind the net. Oh, there's a good chance, but it's just wide, and Vasilevsky hangs on again. Oh, boy. Power play here. Couture at the face-off. Wins it to Ovi. He walks in. Kind of fans on the shot. Then we lift. Someone lifted. I think it was Couture lifted Hedman's stick. got a shot off, and Vasilevsky hangs on. It is kind of tough to watch, I have to say. It is a bit tough to watch. Face-off lost there. Couture can't win them all, unfortunately. At least he wins more than Kuznetsov and be a pro. Cleared down. Now here's Brandstrom. Gets it to Mantha. Hasn't done anything in this playoffs. Anthony Mantha. Let's go. Set up there. Nice. Brandstrom kind of flicked off a stick. And that's cleared out again. Man, Tampa Bay is just giving the Senators a spanking here on the power play. Okay, Ovi again. Stops up, skates backwards, gives it to Dougie. Couture. Mantha. Don't just like... Okay, Dougie. No, what are these shot attempts? Oh, boy. Cleared out again. Let's try another rush. Mantha. Coming in. Take the shot, Bello. Couture! And I think that is saved by Vasilevsky. That didn't go wide. Couture again. Easy save, Vasilevsky. These are terrible shots. Absolutely terrible shots. Couture wins that one. Back to Shabbat. To Jake DeBrusk now. Back to Thomas Shabbat at the point. Tkachuk down in front, and again, can't get a strong shot behind himself, and it's easily hung on to by Vasilevsky. Well, there's no blame to take. There's no blame at all. Slim. Here's a chance in front. Oh, nice redirection from Couture. And that's once again stopped by Vasilevsky. Huge hit by Tkachuk in the corner. Gets it to Shabbat. Stop looking for the rebound. And Foot is going to kind of get it out of there. Tkachuk, one-timer from DeBrusk. Vasilevsky just a brick wall out there. And Foot clears it out. And that'll be the end of the power play. Oh, man. Game 6, we're down by 3 in the third, on the brink of elimination on Tampa Bay's home ice. Tkachuk in front, again stopped by Couture, was stopped on the doorstep once more. Stammer tries to make a deke, goes offside. I think he put himself offside. Oh, boy. Vasilevsky, even the best opportunities are just being brick-walled by Vasilevsky. DeBrusk, Brown, and Mantha are out there. So is Stützle injured? He's been terrible this playoffs. The guy who won the Conn Smythe last year is absolutely invisible. That shot goes wide. Gus will hang on. They can afford to not play Kucherov till the break. Yeah, until the playoffs, and they're broken. And they're still one of the top teams in the league. In almost any other year, they'd be the top of their division. Broken stick. Here's an opportunity. Come on, DeBrusk. Take advantage of this. No, you're going to skate to the guy, Hedman, who has a stick, and get crushed by him. Mantha, DeBrusk, and Hedman breaks up that opportunity that Brown would have had on the doorstep. Ugh, Killorn to Stammer. Gets through whoever that was like butter. Hot knife through butter, and now we go on the penalty kill. Slashing for Logan Brown. What happened here? Yeah, okay, I saw that. Yeah, a little slash. Look at that face paint from that fan. David Savard now. Okay, he clears it at least. Merci, David Savard. To Stammer, windmill over nobody, gives it to Braden Point. 2-on-2. Gets it in front for a big one-timer, swallowed up by Gustafsson. Yanni Gourde with a nice one-timer opportunity. Mike Hewitt back into our own zone, gets board pinned. Yeah, smart play, good decision to get to skate into your own zone and get board pinned. Tyler Johnson stopped by Gus. While we do have a moment here, I will throw out that after this stream, no matter when it is, I'm going to be continuing to work on the Caulfield simulation. The career simulation for Cole Caulfield should be up tomorrow. Oh my goodness, huge glove save on the one-timer from Gustafsson, and a big hit from Hewitt. So make sure you are subscribed on the YouTube channel. If you're watching here on Twitch, you can broken up by Stamkos. You can scroll down, or if you're watching on YouTube, it's probably already posted if you're watching on YouTube. So yeah, very excited for the Caulfield sim. That will be up hopefully tomorrow if I can really put in the work tonight. And tomorrow morning I'll wake up early to work on it. Big breakup by Couture, then gives it right back to Gourde. Playing catch right there. Tales of Bilbo. Exactly. Aside from that, the Minnesota Wild went up today. And this should be up. This Senators... Oh, Brandstrom, big shot. Weak shot, actually. Big opportunity, weak shot. And this should be up on Saturday. NHL 7 coming soon as well. I'm hoping for early next week. But I do have a lot of work on my plate right now with working full-time. Next 3 weeks, I'm working full-time. In front, not going to happen. So, DeBrusk, that's blocked again. So it'll be tough to make the schedules work, but I will work my hardest to get that out to you. Get that out to all of you. So I may have to... Oh, big hit on Kucherov. I may have to skip Monday night streams and turn that into Monday night recording sessions for myself to continue the videos getting out, because it's going to be tough at working full-time to make it happen. But anyways, there's Nick Foligno. Up to Anthony Mantha. We can't get anything going. Shots are blocked. Passes are broken up. Dekes are easily stopped. We're getting pinned in our own zone. Just really disappointing. DeBrusque to Mantha. Let's go, Mantha. DeBrusque again. A shot that another shooting opportunity that cannot come to be. Yeah, we'll see if the Belleville Senators can win it all. But still, this is not over yet. It'll be very, very crazy, but it's not over yet. And we will watch what you... But thanks a lot, Narc. I appreciate you saying that. Yeah, Tampa's collapsing in the slot. They're not letting it come... I gotta see what the block shot stats are at here in the passing percentage. Jake DeBrusque here. Come on. Jake DeBrusque. Pinned on the boards. No one comes to support him, and Cizikas gets it out. Great job, boys. Poke check there. Okay. Logan Brown. Pass it to somebody. DeBrusque. And he gets poke checked. DeBrusque in the corner. Logan Brown. Pinned on the boards, and there you go. Ovechkin to Hewitt. What is he doing? Oh, Jake Sanderson back. Gets it over to Ovi. Hewitt. Kachuk gets it. Nick Paul behind the net. Gives it to Cizikas. Over to Hedman. Kachuk. And then, yeah, don't even bother clearing it out. Just slowly and, like, whatever. I'll just start carrying it out of the zone. Easy does it, you know? Nick Foligno to Mike Hewitt. He gets crushed. Okay, here we go. Let's put coach mode on. Pull the goalie, take a timeout. Ovi has 8 shots tonight. My goodness. Shots are 37 to 28. I just don't get it. Passing... We're at 84.1% passing. Passes, I guess, have been okay. It's the shots that haven't gotten through. No, yeah, well, hindsight's 20/20, Slim. It's easy to say that. Reimer could have let in 6 goals on 10 shots, and we said, why did we switch from Gus? There was no reason. Why did we do that? You know, so it's easy to say that, you know, but 4 goals on 28 shots isn't the end of the world. Gus wasn't the reason we're losing here. Call the timeout, pull the goalie, and get the first line out there. We're going to go aggressive face-off and try to do something out here. There's the coach. Ovi's on the bench for some reason, even though the first line should be going out. The Whites and Formenton switch didn't seem to help, unfortunately. So let's do it. Let's try and get just a goal for some support. Ovi, Couture, Kachuk are all out there, and the Lightning win the face-off. Hedman up to Killorn. Empty net. He gets crushed. Okay. At least stop him coming into the zone. At least. Okay. Okay. Ovechkin. Ovi. One-timer, and that doesn't make it through. Hedman, Sergachev, all trying to get it out. Killorn, Kucherov. Let's just let him skate in. Sergachev, Killorn, and he will end it. Alex Killorn ices it, and the Tampa Bay Lightning will eliminate the reigning Stanley Cup champion Ottawa Senators in 6 games in round number 1. Brutal, brutal, brutal. Sad night for sure. Yeah, it's tough. Can't always go our way. We do have some changes to make in the offseason for sure. There's another shot that can't get through. So we'll have some changes to make in the offseason. I look forward to seeing all that in the YouTube comments and in the Discord. Another save from Gus there. Final seconds. Another one. And that's the end. Very unlucky. Very unlucky. Lightning played well, though. So GG's to the Lightning. Vasilevsky exceptionally well. Might have been the last professional game of Patrick Marleau's career. Need a team to support. Who would you suggest? I have no ties to any teams. Well, I'm a Canadiens fan, so if I had to sell you, I'd say the selling points. Good night, Jay. I'd say the selling point would be the most storied franchise, 24 Stanley Cups, a great history, good youth, but at the same time, there's a lot of issues with the Canadiens. I'm not going to hide that either. Lots of contract issues, political issues with the coaching and all that kind of stuff. So, and oh, that's why. So Stützle was injured. That did not help us for sure. Thanks a lot, JB. I wish you the same. So we could talk more about that. You know, if you're in the Discord server, you could go in the hockey channel and ask that. I'm sure a lot of people would give you their selling points. So 38 to 31 were the shots in the end. Vasilevsky, what a night for him. 37 save performance. Gus let in 4 goals on 30 shots, which isn't the end of the world in my eyes. Man, we had 32 hits. Ovechkin had 8 shots. We got a lot of shots. We did well in the shooting category. 7 for Couture, 4 for DeBrusque. We tried our best, but man, Vasilevsky was just not having it. How many blocked shots did they have out here? Can I look at blocked shots? Is that a stat that I can look at? I guess not, eh? So, yeah, but just to say, disappointing stuff. We fought hard. We're going to need to make some off-season changes, probably with Marleau retiring. Not sure what's going to be up with Foligno. Not sure what's up with Colin White. We'll see what kind of growth we get. Stützle with a mild concussion, out till May 1st. Whatever, he's not going to be playing anyways. And we drop in 6, my friends. So I'm going to go ahead and simulate to June. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, we should go to the end. So I want to see, actually in May, because I have to update the scouting in May. So we'll go till May. YouTube, we're going to cut out a little bit of this. We'll try to win in Belleville as well. So the Belleville Senators went 5-6 as they lost to the Devils farm team. Not ideal. And now I got to go update the scouting. So give me a moment here. All right, scouting's taken care of. Thanks everybody for hanging in there. Let's simulate to the draft now. We'll see the awards. We'll see the player growth, the retirements, and all that stuff. And then we'll call it an episode. And have to think about what are we doing heading into year number 4 for the offseason. Toronto Maple Leafs Classic win the Stanley Cup. And the San Diego Gulls, the Ducks farm team, there you go, Slim, win the Calder Cup. So let's see how it went over here in the playoff tree. It was Toronto and Winnipeg in the finals. So the Lightning ended up losing in 7 to the eventual Stanley Cup champions. Interesting. And the Jets, they had a pretty, they had a tough path, winning in 7, 5, and 6, and losing in 6. Yeah, Detroit has some great pieces for the future. It's gonna be, it's gonna be interesting to see how Yzerman sets that team up for the next decade. That's very true. That's very true, Vendavel. Good point. I think the Wings have a pretty bright future as well with Verana in the lineup. Good draft picks, nice prospects. I don't know, Hirose, Svechnikov, Veleno. I think they have a pretty good future ahead of them. By the way, just looking at the points here from the playoffs, Tkachuk had 5 points in 6 games. That's decent. 4 in 6 for Ovi, Couture, DeBrusque. 2 for Brown and Mantha, and then 1 point in 3 games for Graves. Then 1 in 5 for Denisenko. 1 in 6 with a -7 to Thomas Chabot. Thanks for nothing. If we resim this, we would probably win the cup, right? Oh, yeah. Oh, I love Moritz Seider. He's going to be amazing. Gambrel 1, Batherson 1 in 2, Formenton 1 in 4, Hamilton 1 in 6 with a -3. That's probably the biggest surprise. 1 in 6 for Stützle, also the biggest surprise. These two right here, Hamilton and Stützle, killed me. 1 in 6 for Brandstrom, 1 in 6 for Hewitt, nothing in 3 for Foligno, nothing in 3 for Savard, nothing in 6 with a -3 for who should be one of my best defensive players, Colin White. So, pretty disappointing. Goaltending, Gustafsson 2-3-1, 888 save percentage, and a 3.07 goals against average. Just brutal all around. Awards, Maple Leafs win the Stanley Cup, but hey, at least the Stanley Cup stays in Canada and in Ontario. So, that's the first time in I don't know how long that back-to-back championships, the Cup stays in Canada for more than 1 year. Like, I don't know, when's the last time that happened? When the Oilers were winning in the 80s? That Canadian team won back-to-back? Or I don't know when the last time that 2 Canadian teams separate won back-to-back since the original 6 era. They also won the President's Trophy. Campbell went to the Jets for the first time. Okay, individual awards. Matthews won the Art Ross and the Hart. James Norris goes to Dougie Hamilton in back-to-back seasons. At least there's that for good old Dougie, even though he disappointed me. Lady Bing goes to Willie Nylander. Calder goes to Rodion Amirov, created player, who we have here in the franchise mode that the Leafs are definitely taking advantage of. Scored like 30 goals as a 79 overall. Great job. Conn Smythe to Austin Matthews. Vezina to Freddie Anderson. Jennings to Freddie Anderson. Masterton to Mikey Anderson. This is called just a random defenseman award. That's what we should call it. Ellis, the coach of the Canadiens, wins the Jack Adams. He would never get there. It's not a French name. Selke, the Ryan O'Reilly Award goes to Sean Couturier back-to-back. And Ted Lindsay goes to Matthews. Maurice Richard goes to Alex Ovechkin for the 4th straight season. Third in a row here in the franchise mode. Good stuff. At least there's some awards. Some hardware for the Senators. At least a little bit. So now we can start simulating to the draft. Player retirement now. Is Patrick Marleau calling it a career? He is not. He's back for more. Joe Thornton calls it 1,616 points in 1,883 games. At the age of 43, he retires. In the Caulfield simulation, he went out at 45. What a monster. 79 overall. Jumbo Joe going out with just a crazy career. Parise retires a bit early in franchise mode. 910 points for him. Corey Perry, 840. Stastny, 818. It's Marlowe's world, and we're just living in it. Let's get Marlowe back. He'll be turning 44, and I think we have to bring him back. Yandel, Zajac, Backes, Ladd, Filppula, Nielsen, Seabrook. Goaltenders, Ryan Miller goes out at the age of 42. Jonathan Quick retiring at 37. Halak, Anderson, Dubnyk, Schneider, McElhaney, the Hamburglar, Justin Peters, Jeff Glass, Justin Pogge. Here are some legends down there. Marlowe's been there longer than most coaches. Yeah, definitely. We'll try to get him back on board. I can't believe he's still coming back for another one. Patty Marleau wants another taste of the cup. So that is it, my friends. Heading into the offseason, I'll need your suggestions in the Discord and down in the YouTube comments for what we do. We have, how much money do we have here? We have $7 million. Not much. So we don't have many contracts to deal with. We have $7 million to deal with Denisenko, Savard, Foligno, Marleau, Roy, Hiroshi. Pretty much it. The rest are two-way guys. Patty Marleau, what does he want to come back? 1.4 for 2 years. What? I'll probably let him go to free agency and then sign him there. Nicky Foligno, what does he want? 1.7. Savard, he's up to an 82 overall. What? He wants $2 million, and Denisenko wants he wants 3.4. Goaltenders, anybody here? Lankinen, he never ended up using Lankinen. He could be a third goalie again next season, but he doesn't want to re-sign, so I'm not sure if that would work. Decord will get him signed. Yeah, we will check the player ratings for sure. And unsigned players who maybe had growth. Nilsson at a 74, that's nice. But we'll check the progress reports to see more of that. So contracts are not a big issue for us. It's more just what is this team going to look like. Progress reports now. So Ovechkin dropped to an 89 overall. Hamilton back down to earth at an 89. DeBrusk's up to an 85. That's nice. Brandstrom 87. Couture 87. White down to an 84. Might be time to think about trading Colin White for real. Shabbat to a 91. Stützle down to an 86. Brown at an 83. That third line of Brown, Formenton, and Denisenko. We have to rethink that. Brady Tkachuk up to an 80, or down to an 88. Batherson down to an 81 from an 82. Not sure what's up with Batherson if we keep him either. Hewitt 81, Mantha 85. And now in the system, so let's see, Maddox Yui up to a 68. Lucas Sanford up to a 67. Let's sort by overall, actually. Reimer still here at an 82. Josh Norris, don't forget him at an 80. Sanderson stays at an 80 so far. Zub 79. Avramov 79. Blah, blah, blah. Antonio Strange is up to a 78. He may be pushing the NHL. He's a fourth line forward. So it'll be tough between him and Heponiemi. Maybe we get rid of Brown as well. And we have Heponiemi and Stranges as third and fourth line centermen next season, perhaps. Who else do we get some growth from? So Nicholas Nilsson, who was our first round selection, top 6 potential. He's up to a 74 overall. He is it's the SHL? Yes, in Malmo. Yeah, 12 points in 49 games for him at a 74 overall. Francisco Grabowski, one of our first draft picks. He's at a 70 overall now. Robertson, Maddox Yui, like we said. Sanford, some other prospects with some growth from 50 overall to 60 overall type of thing. Reinhardt, Cameron Park, etc. Alrighty, so those are the progress reports. The draft class now. What are we going to do in the draft? Actually, first need to see the draft board. Fred Lankow. How about that for a name? Draft board. Where are we selecting in this upcoming draft here? Projected picks. Yeah, he is in this, but extremely just not very good. He's like 50 overall, low top 9. We traded him in year number 1, I think. So we pick at number 25, then round number 2 around the mid to late 40s, and then in the mid to late 50s as well. So mid to late 20s, 40s, and 50s pretty much. So let's check this out. Do we want to trade up for any of these prospects? It's possible. Great players right here. Mark, you and your predictions. So at pick number 25, we could go ahead and select maybe Roy Chapman, 2-bar medium elite sniper, 3 years away. We don't know much about the late first round, unfortunately. In the second round, there's a low elite there. In the mid to late 40s, we could get this low top 6, Braden Yager, the knockoff Jaromir Jagr. 2-bar medium elite here, Russ Lindros, great name, similar to Kuznetsov. And then our next pick, we could get a low top 4D. That wouldn't be bad. So not a, yeah, I thought it was a good draft, but it's more just at the top, I guess. How many German? I think it was 3. In the World Juniors, yeah, big time. Let me see this right here. I think it was 3. Yeah, so, no, actually 3 in the top 5 and 4 in the top 10, or 4 in the top 8, whatever you want to call it. That's crazy. The Germans are really pumping out some hockey players. So we need to think about trading up. I think it's a very serious consideration to move our first-round pick and Colin White for a top 5 pick, or whatever else. Fred Lankow, similar to Mikko Koivu, okay. He's a sniper centerman who is NHL ready, A+ shooting already usually means 5-star. Really good player, it looks like. Rob Jenks, a right-wing power forward. And yeah, that's exactly what Stützle's doing. Right-wing power forward, medium elite, 44 goals. Oh, sorry, I thought it was the SHL and the OHL. A+ shooting as well for him, similar to Owen Nolan, NHL ready. Marco Yaher, he's a two-way forward, left wing, so not as ideal. Similar to Joe Thornton, NHL ready, and A's across the board. Then you got Stefan Kolzig, Olaf Kolzig's son. He's high top 6, not as ideal, I'd say. Theo Fleury, 3 years away. Yeah, so not ideal. Then there's Bernd Lautner, offensive defenseman, medium elite, 17 points in an A- competition, similar to PK Subban and NHL ready. That is extremely tempting. I would be very interested in Bernd Lautner. That would be extremely interesting. Thinking about the future once Dougie Hamilton eventually has to leave. Then there's also Colin McCormick, medium elite playmaking centerman. He's 1 year away, similar to TJ Oshie. Connor Bedard as well would be fun, as he is similar to Nicholas Backstrom, NHL ready. He just scored 101 points with the Regina Pats. Leo Busch, the other German. Backstrom, NHL 1 year away. Numbers look like this. If we can get him, go for him for sure. Always yeah. We'll see what we can do. Oh, Lautner, lottery. Offensive defensemen. Even if we have a lot of them, they're so rare to come by that it's not a bad idea to go for them. Multiple 6. Yeah, we have a bunch. Well, I'll check that again in a moment. Then there's still Amrit Scarabelli, 40 and 40 in the OHL. No, we just have one first-round pick. 3 years away. And then Yahir Calder, 3 years away, medium top 6. And then it goes down from there. We got Mitchell Marcoux. Is Bedard good defensively? His defense is B- right now, which is not bad. So we have 1 first, 2 seconds, 1 fourth, 2 fifths, 2 sixths, and a 7th. That is the depth for the picks there. Yeah, I wouldn't give too much. I wouldn't buy too much into the player comparisons. Another thing I have to make note of is that when we look at all those players, we need to think about who fits our lines as well. So our head coach here, Nicholas Hay, let's look at his biases again. So deep pairing, so pinch cycle, balance, balance. Okay, back to the draft class now. So Lankow, for example, if we're looking at line number 1, carry dump bias is carry. This guy is balanced, that's a yellow dash. Cycle shoot, he's shoot, this is shoot, that's a green check mark. Efficiency energy, he's efficient, this guy's energy, that's a red X. Don't block, he's balanced, this guy's balanced, that's a check mark. And then the line strategy is behind the net, this is crash the net, so I think that's a red X. So maybe on the third line he would fit best, because all that coach is crash the net for third line. Balanced, shoot balance, it would be okay. It doesn't fit super well, but we could make it work. Jenks as a power forward. Let's look at this as well. Again, thinking about first line, this coach is carry, he's dumped, that's an X. Shoot, he's balanced, that's a check. So that's a dash. Efficient, he's balanced, that's a dash. Balanced, he's blocked, a dash. So it doesn't fit the first line very well. We have to look deeper into the other lines. So I don't want to go through every single prospect here, but I will look at the defenseman here as well. He is cycle pinch, which means that, he fits the first pair then. Cycle, shoot, cycle, and then hold, pinch, he's pinched. That's good. That's first pair. That's 2 check marks on the first pair right there. That is 2 check marks on the first pair for Bernd Lautner, Mannheim. Owen Nolan is a sniper comparisons guard. Yeah. EA lacking. So that's an easy decision. If the like the first overall pick is up for grabs, then I'd probably go for Langkow. But if the 3rd or 4th or 5th are up for grabs, or maybe none of them are up for grabs, I just have to trade for one, I'd probably target Bernd Lautner a little bit more. So we can think about that. Let me know all your thoughts in the Discord server, the YouTube comments, and I'll go ahead and end it there. It was a tough, brutal loss. Yeah, he's true. He's 17 and he's right-handed. That's true. Well, it wouldn't necessarily be the first pair. He'd be playing with Thomas Chabot looking down the road in the future. Or actually, he could play with Mike Hewitt. And Mike Hewitt, by the way, let's look at Mike Hewitt, who has... does he have 2 green check marks? I think he does on the first pair, because he's our first of the future. Yeah, so look at that. That's guaranteed +5 from Mike Hewitt and Bernd Lautner if we can get them playing together in the first unit. That's crazy. So, all that to say, thanks so much for watching. It was a tough loss here in 6 games to the Lightning. We played our best. We played our hearts out. Kind of. Some of us did. Actually, I'm disappointed in a lot of players. I played my heart out. That's what I feel like with all the motivation, the cheerleading I had to do over here on the sidelines. But for YouTube, I'll go ahead and end it off. Thank you so much for watching. If you're enjoying the series, give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and consider coming to join us here on Twitch Thursday nights at 8 p.m. for the Senator streams. As I said, schedule over the next few weeks is pretty busy, but I'll be working my best. There you go. Narf played hard. Lovely. That's what we want to see in here. Peace and love to everyone. Thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.